Hi all, it's time for another video. Sending salutations to you for a lovely Tuesday afternoon. My dance party is happening tonight. I want to take this opportunity to thank you, those of you who have been faithful to attending, and those of you who are curious and are going to pop on by and see us and share in the festivities. We have some things to be thankful for and to celebrate. I am really grateful to have been doing this over the past year. I'm also appreciative of this platform to be able to share in some forward-thinking thoughts about ways of being. And I'm working on furthering my counseling and coaching that I do one of my side gigs. I'm sharing here with you what I'm learning from that, through that, and my studies of the mind-body connection. Any way that I can do that as I'm furthering my own growth and path is very fulfilling. And I welcome you to comment, or ask me questions about that, about ways that I can help you to get more centered within yourself during these times as we get back to some bit of a routine, being out and about with people. I know that the people that I've talked to, and for myself personally, it is an adjustment, and there are ways to ease into it that are going to feel more doable with some tools. One of the things that really helps me is moving my body, hence my dance party that I do every week. And there are other things that I do as well, but that's really primary to changing your state, to getting yourself into a position to have something to offer beyond your own personal interests, and living your reason for being, which is to enjoy, appreciate what you have. I firmly believe in that. That's what we came here to do, to learn to become more and more conscious of that it's a gift to be here. Part of appreciating that gift is giving back in a way that is furthering humanity, furthering quality of life. If you have a question about what you're doing, this is what I say to myself. If I have a question about what I'm doing, if I'm in any way feeling like it's not legitimate to my mission in life, then I take a step back and I reassess. There's a few ways of doing that. One of them is to write it down and be able to take a look at it in writing, something more permanent than just your thoughts spinning around. If writing it down still doesn't feel like it's really congealing with your plan of what you've been brought here to do, that's unique to only you, that no one else can do, then you know that perhaps you should not do that thing. If you are learning from your mistakes, this is good. Goodness knows I have done so, going on my second half of my life. Some people call it midlife. Is another way of putting it. I am thankful for, not thankful for the pain, obviously, nobody likes that. However, coming out on the other side of things, having made mistakes in relations, even in some business decisions where I thought at the time that was the right thing to do. But coming out on the other end, yes, I am more cautious. But it doesn't mean I'm not still daring to live my dreams. I feel that we were given dreams as a motivator so that we would feel excited about making a contribution, because along the way we get to enjoy that. Because whatever it is that each of us is meant to do, we would be feeling some joy about it. If it's feeling that heavy, then that's not your thing. I mean, if it's a commitment, then yes, you do keep doing that. In terms of, side gigs, in terms of ways that you do self-care, you don't have to put yourself through the ringer with this stuff. You know that, for example, exercise is going to feel some owies. It's a healthy way of, maintaining the body. If you don't challenge it, then you're going to really hurt later. So therefore, the short-term discomfort is worth the long-term gains in that case. In terms of the emotional aspect, so that's the body. The emotional aspect, which relates to the mind, because I deal with that a lot, the body-mind connection. And the mind is in an interesting place where we do get to play with that concept of pain versus pleasure and discipline and retraining our brains, retraining the neural pathways. Moving the body is a good way to do that, and knowing that you deserve to move your body in a way that is going to feel, fun. Maybe some of your workouts aren't necessarily feeling fun because you're challenging the muscle, and in that regard, it's going to sometimes, ow, got to do this part. But in terms of things like dancing, like we have for this evening and for other evenings as well, it's just go towards it. Go towards that joy and that pleasure in equal measure to your responsibilities, and you can't go wrong on there. Ethically speaking, all right, if it's not hurting someone else or you, then you can go ahead and do it. You have, based on your agreements with yourself, with other people, that's where you check in with your values and see, what levels are you working on? Are you working on the lower levels? I mean, we need some of those lower levels for motivation. We need those strong emotions that are considered negative sometimes to get us through, to recognize those emotions, feel them, acknowledge them. And spend more time, though, once you process that, in the feelings that are going to take you to those places mentally that you need to be, so that you can work on your individualized plan for your life. With that said, I appreciate you, I honor you, and send you many blessings on this day in life, planet Earth. Humanity, animals, plants, we all get to be here. So let's work together more and more. And we have our groups, our tribes, those people we have an affinity for, that we will naturally gravitate towards. So I invite you to delve into that, to dive into that, and not look back. Don't think too much on where you have been, where you need to go, because when you have that plan already in place, you don't need to keep questioning and searching. You can check in with self, but it brings you more into the moment once you have that plan, that you are coming more from your energies that are going to be uplifting, those energies that are going to be furthering cooperation and unity that we are naturally inclined to. That is our natural state, to be in balance and harmony. And the more we can do activities and thought processes, it all comes together. That's the spiritual aspect, is that marriage of the mind and body, where we feel that connection. And then even if we don't feel that connection, it's still a journey through that spirit that spurs us on and cheers us on and encourages us to live as if we matter, as if we are part of a bigger wholeness. All right. It's been sweet. Until next time, and or see you at my party. Mwah.